Hey.
Little disclaimer. Sophie's very hungover today, so she's not
I don't even think
functioning.
It's hungover. I think you just had a lot on today.
Today's been a full-on day. Like, I think the hangover, like, escaped my body at, like, 11 o'clock this morning.
She's just tired.
Yeah, to be fair, I've not actually napped today, which might be the problem.
As a fully grown woman, you nap.
On a Sunday, yeah.
And she also didn't go to bed until, like, what, 5 o'clock in the morning?
Four. Wasn't that crazy?
Rate that.
Thank you.
Right, then what time did you go to bed at?
2.
That's pretty reasonable.
Yeah. Let's
Fair
just call it a gentleman's 3.
What does that mean?
A little bit longer. Couple of, like, an extra inch, you know?
Oh!
Yeah, you can tell she's tired that I got that and she didn't.
I know, eh?
Yeah.
I know, eh?
Welcome back,
Yeah.
guys!
And this is technically a year since we started the podcast.
Wow! We're a year old!
Just a wee baby.
We're just a baby!
Liam is concerned right now.
No
Just
wonder.
a baby.
But yeah, it's kind
Just
of crazy
a
to
baby.
think it's a year and we did our season predictions and like looking back on that video, like what the hell?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I got quite a lot right that time, so...
No, I just meant like the whole time we were trying to film and the camera kept turning off and we kept having to go back. Oh my.
Yeah!
And like the quality of the audio, yeah, the echo.
Echo.
But yeah,
Echo.
we're here to.
No.
It's really pointy, I was about to say it again.
Oh no.
Oh, dearie.
None of us actually really had time to watch testing, we're not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I
that's not...
Watch the highlights.
What? Alright, you give us anything interesting from
Yeah,
your
Colin,
takes.
this could be your section. Yeah, run
they've
with
made
that.
they've made bold predictions. Now this is an actual headline, and it's so false that the Red Bull has 0 degradation.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
That physically
And that
goes
their
against
engines-
physics.
Yeah,
Like,
genuinely.
it
Yeah,
can't-
their engines turned down and like we've not even seen half of it yet.
Yeah, apparently they ran their engine on like the lowest mode all testing.
That's not a good sign for everyone else.
To be
Work
fair,
up.
that side I could believe,
That I could believe.
Yeah.
but the 0 degradation shit, nah. I know Adrian Newey's a fucking weirdo that snorts a lot of coke, but Jesus, come on, that man does wizardry shit.
Okay, but I don't think that's how you describe it.
He sees air. Come on, nobody else can see that.
air.
He's an airbender.
I saw somebody say, well, about the Red Bull had their engines turned down. Well, Ferrari didn't even have their engine turned on. It was just out of sheer willpower that drove that car around.
Yeah, as always.
Made me laugh.
Have to admit, the Mercedes looked a lot more drivable.
Drivable, but did it it was really the one thing I took from testing was they kind of gave their 1 to 4s, and like it's really mixed. Like the Red Bull, obviously number 1 is what they're saying, and then I think it was Rachel Brooks and Ant Davidson said Mercedes, Ferrari, McLaren, and then
I've seen a few people say McLaren on top of Merc.
yeah. So then Alex Jacques was
Is
saying
it Alex Jacques? I couldn't remember.
Red Bull. I think maybe Ted Kravitz and Crofty maybe did. I didn't see them, but Alex Jacques definitely said this was early on in testing on Friday morning, by the way, so it probably all changed by Friday night. Red Bull, McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes. It's so mixed.
By the end of it, a lot of people think it's Ferrari.
Yeah, they've got the 1 lap pace.
Then it's a fight between McLaren and Mercedes to see who catches them.
Yeah.
And I saw the degradation, Alpine's degradation, horrendous, tyre degradation, and Mercedes is second worst.
Things are looking up for Haas.
Wow.
Woo! That's what they
Might
literally
actually
said.
finish bottom.
I literally saw something that said like, oh well, if you don't manage your tyres well, Haas are coming for you. And I was like, sorry.
Sorry.
To be fair, a lot of people do think Haas have a potentially better car than what they showed
Yeah.
through testing. So
Fucking hope so.
let's hopefully they prove Will Buxton wrong, that they do bring a knife to a gunfight instead of a spoon.
I hope that blooming Alpine is better than what they're showing, because Alpine's giving McLaren last year at the moment.
Yeah.
That's fine if it's McLaren last year, then
Yeah,
end
they're
of the
winning
season.
by the end of the season, yeah. But in the first, yeah.
So if he'll be screaming every time Gasly overtakes somebody.
Oh my god, woo! Go, Bear, go! The race hasn't even started!
I still get flashbacks to that Silverstone race.
Look, I was just spreading positive vibes. Do you know what I mean?
That's what we want.
Spreading, you were screaming.
Just go, Lando, go! Then he went.
Max hasn't even gone yet. Just go. Fuck him.
Yeah.
Jump the start. Who cares?
Who cares?
20-second penalty, nothing.
Max will take you in that anyway. It's fine.
God. But, God, is that boring for Sophie already?
I'm so
Can I
sorry.
just start by saying though, right? I fucking hate how testing is in Bahrain.
I know.
And
And then you have the
Bahrain,
next race there.
I think if they're going to have Bahrain as a testing track, Bahrain should surely be a sprint weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I think
welcome
it should
back.
be a sprint weekend because we're going to rock up next weekend and have 3 practice sessions. They've just done like 300 laps each.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I was saying to Liam during the week that maybe if Barcelona's off the calendar, that we use Barcelona as of like, was it 26?
Or considering that where we have the first section of the season, Malaysia.
That's a
I
possibility.
mean, bring it back. Just bring it back as a race.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for that, but if you're not going to bring it back as a race, do it as a testing track.
That's fair enough. Give us something.
Yeah, just want to see Malaysia again.
Yeah. Anything else from testing that you had for us?
No.
No.
That's my summary.
Lovely. Well, let's get into our season predictions then.
Let's go for it. Let's start with a bang.
Max Verstappen. That's it. Done.
Yeah.
Podcast over.
Yeah.
Don't need anybody else. It's
Cheers,
going to
lads.
all be
Thanks
Max
for tuning in.
Verstappen. End it there. I think Liam can take it away because he
Yeah.
seems very fucking cocky that he got it right. He was like when Sophie was doing hers. So
Yeah.
your driver's championship, Liam. Take it away.
My driver's one. Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Are
so
you doing from 10th to 1st or 1st to 10th?
I'll let you pick.
What do you want, Sophie?
I think 10th to 1st.
Yeah, give us a bit of suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
10th. So 10th Gasly.
Okay, interesting.
9th Alonso.
Yeah.
They don't like Alonso.
Yeah.
8th Carlos Sainz.
Okay. Okay.
7th George Russell.
Okay.
Okay.
6th Lando Norris.
Okay.
5th Oscar Piastri.
Okay.
4th
Wait, so you've gone Lando then Oscar?
Oscar to dominate Lando this
Okay.
season.
That's bold. You didn't even notice that, did you?
I was mulling it over. I was too stunned to speak.
It took me a minute.
She was too
Right,
stunned
well,
to
have
speak.
you,
Carry
had,
on,
your,
sorry,
have you
yeah.
had your minute now
Sorry,
and I can
yeah.
go back
Yeah,
to it
yeah,
back?
sorry.
Yeah.
We're
4th
stunned.
is Charles.
Okay.
Okay.
3rd Lando. Lewis. Lewis. Lewis.
Wait, wait a fucking minute, did I hear that wrong?
The other Brit. just
Okay.
just
Listen,
as
my neck really snapped there.
Lando Norris, 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, you can see how you got them two
Yeah,
mixed
yeah,
up.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think it's the dreads. They both got really good dreads.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I've put Checo second just purely based on the fact he has the Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Max is going to dominate
Yeah.
and win both championships.
Fair enough. I mean, Sophie, do you want to take it away?
Oh God. I was very rushed. I didn't do this in time, but anyway, lol. So 10th, I've got Gasly.
Nice.
9th, Alonso. 8th, George. 7th, Oscar. 6th, Perez.
Oh. Okay.
Because that
He's
leads
going to
in,
get dropped.
that
yeah.
leads into my bold prediction, which we'll do later on. 5th, Lewis. 4th, Lando. 3rd, Carlos. 2nd, Charles. 1, Max. So.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking Jesus, that's bold.
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I was just thinking that Carlos is high.
Maybe like I didn't do maybe I've done my dream prediction. I don't fucking know, but it's a prediction at this rate.
So I went 10th Daniel Ricciardo because I think the Racing Bulls was looking good. 9th Fernando Alonso. 8th George Russell. 7th Carlos Sainz. 6th Oscar Piastri. 5th Lewis Hamilton. 4th Lando Norris. 3rd Charles Leclerc.
Okay.
2nd Sergio Perez, very similar to what Liam said because of the
Yeah.
car. And 1st Max Verstappen. But then it'll come into my bold prediction later on as well, kind of like my positions. I think it's interesting. I actually had down Pierre Gasly. And then I was I actually did my 1 to 10 wrong. I missed a number. So he's 11th in my eyes. But then I kind of thought about it, and Alpine hadn't really been showing the pace. So I was a bit like, Daniel Ricciardo, and then
I have a funny suspicion that the Racing Bulls will start well,
but go downhill. It's an Aston Martin.
With a concept
that
they've maybe gained from somewhere else.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, all of a sudden they've just gone to a push-pull rod suspension.
Yeah, it's an interesting one.
What team had that last season?
I don't know.
Was it not that really quick Red Bull car that had that?
I think maybe. Is that a sister team? Basically.
Yeah. Yeah, I think as much as they look promising now, it's whether they can develop it down that route.
Yeah, absolutely. That's fair enough. You think Oscar Piastri is going to be a solid one this year?
I think, well, he's already won a race more than Lando.
Yeah, fair enough.
He's had, he's shown in his first season in an F1 car what he can do. And this is an evolution of that car.
Yeah. I think Oscar Piastri is probably, he's a bit like the Charles Leclerc of he's faster probably over one lap. But after last year in the race pace kind of stuff, and he didn't have, he just had moments of greatness, moments of not so greatness. I think that'll develop, and I think he will be a really good driver, but I think Lando's just got the edge on him, which is why I put Lando above him at the moment. Never know. Oscar Piastri second half of the season might just go and see you. But Lando, race pace wise, I thought had the upper edge, but it was Oscar's rookie year. So.
Yeah.
You've gone Charles second.
Yeah, I just feel like Ferrari will actually do something. I think this is their season to actually pull it together.
Yep.
It's not the same as every season.
No, but I think I'm quite confident this season, because I feel like they're going to need to set the tone right for Lewis coming in next season. So I think this is where they're getting the stepping stones for it to be a really good team.
I wonder if
it works. And
I wonder if part of the Lewis deal, because it's signed and sealed, can he take a external view on development of Ferrari?
Possibly.
You mean obviously
can he take photos of the Mercedes and send it over?
He's already been caught taking photos of that Mercedes.
Yeah.
I think I sent you that TikTok. It was
wonder where those are going.
It was it was a TikTok of him taking pictures of it, and then it was a screen recording of an email, and it was two Ferrari engineers, and the subject was what not to put on an F1 car.
Yeah.
Fuck are you going?
I was just making sure that was recording. I suddenly had the fear that I'd done what we'd done before and I'd never recorded one of our TikToks. So I was just double checking.
Yeah. I remember that.
No.
Yeah.
That was me drawn back.
Yeah, no, but genuinely, he could be sending them. Nah, he's not sending them to Ferrari.
No,
He'd get
he's
caught.
No, but that's what I mean. I don't know though if will he be not leak any sort of internal Mercedes information, but I wonder if he'll be able to sort of
have his input.
Yeah, if Ferrari can be in contact with being
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But his old engineers are going over, so maybe they'll know Lewis and the style anyway, so that'll be his input.
Are him and Charles both similar driving styles? No,
so
completely different.
Lewis is more understeer.
Yeah, and Charles is more oversteer. Yeah.
So I think that's why I said when it happened, I was like, that's going to be really interesting, because they're going to be more Charles based, because when they went more Carlos based at the start of last season, Charles wasn't very happy, and they kind of changed that.
Yeah.
And it did obviously. Charles' performance-wise was really good towards the end of the season. So, where'd you go? Stick or twist? Just go right bang in the middle.
Seven-time world champion, 7-time Monaco Grand Prix unfinisher.
Wow, we did not need that guy.
We didn't. That was so uncalled for in my eyes.
Sophie's about in tears.
Honestly, I am.
Right, Sophie, you're going to give us your Constructors' Championship.
I am. So, are we doing it the same order? Same way?
Yeah.
Yeah,
go 10.
So, 10th, I put Sauber.
Okay.
9th, I put Haas. And then I put Williams. So, now my next three, I'm not set in stone on my sort of midfield, right? This could swap and change, but I've written down Aston Martin, Alpine, Racing Bulls. But I think that could easily change.
So
you
think they're from 7th to 5th?
Yeah.
Those three, but you're not sure.
Yeah, But I think in the terms of apparently, if the Racing Bull is like last year's bloody Red Bull, then I'm confident they'll be 5th.
P2.
Yeah, well,
Imagine.
Danny Rick down the inside of Max Verstappen.
But yeah, no, and obviously with Aston Martin, I don't know if they're going to get right this year with the car or not. I think the first race kind of needs to happen for them to be like set in stone of like what direction they're
If
going
it's
in.
sink
So
or
that's
swim
why.
for them, yeah.
Yeah, literally. And Alpine, if they've got no tyre deg, if they've got all that tyre deg that they're having, they could easily possibly even drop to maybe 8th. But I'm going to put them 6th at the current moment. And then my top 4 would be Merck, McLaren, Ferrari, and then Red Bull. I think that's quite solid.
Yeah.
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 Oh yeah.
Hit us
Do you want me
with
to go
Ginge.
next?
Yeah, go for it, hon.
So 10th I've gone Haas just because of all the swaps and everything, and they just weren't there.
Yeah.
Then I've gone Sauber because I more think they're focusing on 2 years.
Uh-huh.
I think they'll be more focusing in the future basically. And then I've gone Alpine because they look not great. I do think they'll probably manage something, but yeah. And then I've got Williams in 7th. Then Racing Bulls in 6th. They look strong, but I just think, like you say, they're not going to be able to maintain development.
Yeah.
Then I've gone Aston because very similar. They're looking good right now, but we saw that last year. 4th Mercedes because I think Lewis is leaving for a reason. 3rd Ferrari, and I've gone 2nd McLaren just with how good their development was last year. They're looking a lot better this year at the start of the season, so if they can develop the same way, should be good. And then 1st, obviously, Red Bull. I don't think there's any doubts about that.
No, I don't think we could dispute who's finishing first.
So a mixture between both
Yeah,
both
interesting.
years is
Yeah.
I've put Sauber 10th, so same as
Okay,
you,
yeah.
but it's for the same reason that
As
you've
me.
given them
Fair
so low.
enough.
Is I think over the next
Haas will develop and they won't.
season and a
Yeah.
half they're going to do the Haas where they went, oh, we're not doing anything. I think they're going to
Yeah.
strip out their team internally because Audi are going to want to
Have their own people.
have their own say.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think
100%.
they're going to struggle. I think Haas are 9th because I think everyone is making them seem worse than what maybe they slightly are.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I think
I've-
the team principal would have a sort of benefit for them.
Yeah,
That's
like
why
a
I think
change.
they'll finish higher up, just
Yeah.
because someone finishes in.
I've put the Racing Bulls 8th.
Oh, interesting.
Oh, right. Okay.
Going with the theory though that I don't think they're going to develop
Right,
well
okay.
as such. And I think if there's any Red Bull team that's going to have reliability issues, it's going to be the sister team, not
Not the main bulls.
the main Bulls. Aye. 7th, I've gone Williams because it's just the trajectory that they went on last season. I think it's just a chance for them to continue. 6th, I've put Alpine because as much as they have really bad tyre deg, I
Yeah.
think it's something that they'll be able to change quicker with updates than maybe some other teams will.
Yeah.
5th, I've gone Aston Martin because
Okay.
I think they're going to be very much Alonso based.
Yeah.
But then again, Alonso's a great driver to be based around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
4th, I've gone Ferrari.
Okay.
I don't think with Carlos's last season,
Your face, you're like,
I'm stunned again.
with Carlos's last season, I don't think he's going to play the stay behind, blah, blah game. And I think that
Yeah.
might at some point jeopardise some points that they get.
It's going to cause some situations.
Situations.
emotional damage.
3rd, I did actually put McLaren,
Okay.
Okay.
but
You're changing to Mercedes.
I am going to change to Mercedes because I do think
I'm right.
this has nothing to do with you. It was actually when I was driving through, I went, why have I put
Yeah,
McLaren
no, that's
3rd?
fair enough.
So
Yeah.
I'm going to put Mercedes 3rd, and that links with one of my hot takes anyway. And then McLaren 2nd and Red Bull.
I think that's really interesting that none of us, I think you've got Ferrari, you've got McLaren now. None of us have the same top 4, none of us have the
Yeah.
same, like, nowhere near similar in a way.
No. I think-
Roughly, like, our 1 to 4s are the same, 5 to 7s, I think.
I think we've literally took testing with a pinch of salt.
Yeah.
Like we generally actually have. Because the thing is, you don't actually know what they're
No.
going to do.
You don't know
Until
who's
the front.
sandbagging, who's actually trying.
Yeah, exactly. So the
You never
best
know,
time
Max
to make
could have his engine
predictions-
turned all the way up.
Yeah, you never know.
Struggling Albion over there.
Like, that's never going to happen, is
No,
it?
absolutely not.
JP's cheeky smile's just the fact the engine was working at full capacity.
Finally. I actually, what was it? I saw something interesting about top speeds and like testing, and I think Ferrari had the best, but actually like Mercedes were like 11 kilometers slower on the straight and Red Bull were 5. So it was really interesting how slow that Mercedes still is on a straight.
I seen a breakdown of the Ferrari from last season to this season, like where they've gained, where they haven't gained, and then the Red Bull, and it was like Ferrari had gained +1 in like slow speeds, but lost 3 in like high speeds.
Oh my days, great.
And the Red Bull was like plus. And I was just like, Red Bull had gained like +14 and the Ferrari was like +3. I was like, great.
Yeah, great. Woo! Can't wait.
But then again, this could just be everyone sort of trying to hype this incredible looking Red Bull.
Yeah.
Have you seen the minimal flow vis running they had to do?
I know.
Yeah.
And like the McLaren had flow vis
and that's with
all
them
across
with
the side.
Like limited, they had limited aero
tunnel,
time.
yeah.
Yeah.
Adrian, they literally just put the vis down the side pod, and you can see the wind taking it right where they needed to. And the McLaren just had everything everywhere. They were like,
well, do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. The kick Sauber, every time I saw it, I was like, oh wait, that's not got full paint on it. I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell. It was so bright, and they got green everywhere. I didn't like it. That was my.
Hate that car so much.
I didn't mind it so much. I thought maybe it'll bring something different, and then I saw it on the track, and I was like, that is horrendous.
yeah.
Ugly.
It's a shame because they went from having such a beautiful car with Alfa Romeo to fuck it. Let's just put like luminous green and then carbon.
Fucking who let them do that? Who left a wheelie bit there?
I think it should be a rule that 100% of the car should be painted.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said, was that last time we said that?
Yeah,
like,
last point.
like
Well, I
even
still
if you
stand
want,
by it.
because you said don't put any black, but I was like, well, like don't put any carbon fibre. You can paint it black, but you have to paint it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
Otherwise, it's just boring.
it is.
What's next? The standout / carry the team.
Yes, it is.
I put in brackets excluding Max, because let's be real, he's going to be the standout
Obviously.
in the carry this year.
You're alright.
I said I think Alex will carry his team.
Okay.
For obvious reasons, but I said my standout's going to be Oscar Piastri.
Oh, okay.
I think he's going to really shine this
Yeah.
year. Hoping. I did say as well in brackets, like especially his 1 lap pace.
Yeah, give you that. Well, for my standout, I also put Oscar.
Hey! Boom!
Woo! And my carry, Alonso. I don't think there's
Nice.
much. I don't think there's much explanation needed
Yeah.
there. To
So,
be fair.
standout, I put Alex Albon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And carry the team, I put Alonso.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've kind of gone for like a mix with everyone there.
I know.
Like we've
Yeah.
each got like kind of something from the similar. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never even thought about Alonso. I'll not go yet because that's coming up, and I'll explain why I didn't put Alonso there. Yeah, interesting, eh? Well, the big question:
The big question.
how many people are going to win a race this year, including sprints? You can say like if you think it's just going to be a sprint race win, but who and how many? Liam.
So I've
Or you
split
can.
this.
Okay, go for it. Yeah.
So for actually race.
Racing driver.
Valtteri Bottas.
Fucking hell. Right. For actual race wins, I went 4 different.
Okay.
And then for sprint winners, I went 3.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have any hint on who they could be?
Well, one Max is going to be included in that. I would like to think Lando's going to win his first race this year. Maybe Perez will win one this year. He should win one this year, to be
Human
fair.
rights.
Human rights and the fact he's in a Red Bull, but
So you got 3, and
I'm
then
nervous. Hopefully Charles. I think Charles has had a wee...
that's a solid 4 to
That
be
means
fair.
Carlos.
He's had a drought, so...
a drought?
I know, I should have done my reverse psychology again.
Shit.
Damn it! No, but I think Charles has had a drought and he just needs to get...
I think Ferrari's got
Brilliant.
the pace if they can just maximise the pace. They've
Yeah.
got the car that has the pace. it just isn't consistent enough at the moment.
Exactly. Just got to play the strategy right, and we're praying out here a lot.
Nice. So, for me, when I did this, I was feeling quite bold.
Yeah, I've done the same, don't worry.
And I said 1.
Oh no! I done the opposite.
Oh my god!
But then I put in brackets excluding DNFs. Okay, so if like last season where Max
So you think
finished
Max
every
Verstappen's
race.
going to win every single race this season?
I think Max goes for the crown,
Holy
The Grand
shit!
Slam.
the Grand Slam.
Mate, I'm turning the TV off if that's the case. I'll never come. Sky,
Well-
you're not getting my subscription anymore.
I don't know if you've seen the clip, but it's Max Verstappen, or it's somebody talking about Max Verstappen. He says after he got beaten Baku by Perez, he goes, "I am never letting him beat me again,"
Yeah.
and he physically didn't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
So I said, my fucking 1, 2, 3. I changed it. 6 drivers. I initially put 5.
we had 1 last season. No, we had 3 last
I'm
season.
going really bold. Okay, I'm going really bold. I'm hoping. I'm praying. I think we're gonna. This is including sprint races. It could be a sprint race one as well. I don't really know if it was gonna.
Yeah, it still didn't change for me.
Max, obviously. I think Checo will probably have to win one at some point. Probably a street track, but he does really well on.
Human rights.
You're right.
Baku. And then I said Charles because I do think Ferrari has got if they can get towards the end of the season, a bit like Singapore, if they have it, then they have it, And then I have said Oscar and Lando. My biased extra in there was Lewis to win his last with Mercedes, so I had to put him in.
Fair.
Yeah.
I mean,
like
your
to be
ones
fair,
you-
when you look at Mercedes as well, like they could have the race pace car, so it could just randomly happen, like say Hungary or something like that.
Your
but they
one's
have
the
a
ones
bit
I
better
hope
pace.
that happens.
Yeah.
I mean, your one I hope happens because it's more entertaining for the sport than Max.
100%. We want that to happen.
Exactly. I said sprints mostly going to be Max. I said maybe one Ferrari, maybe one McLaren win.
Yeah.
There.
I think that would be a good chance for Oscar to win
Yeah.
something.
And then how many do you think is going to get pole?
I said 3,
Okay, interesting.
and I put Max, Charles, because Max has to win from a Charles pole or it's not an F1 season.
Yep.
And I said Lewis.
Okay.
Why?
Hungry.
I don't know why. I just.
Hungry. This year he's got a pole like last year. Was what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it
I
one of
thought you were
them?
just saying Sophie was hungry. I was like,
Yeah,
what's
you
that going
hungry?
to do?
No, I've seen it actually.
How many do you think, Sophie?
I've put 5. So I've went Max, Perez should obviously at some point. I put Lando because I think maybe like in Austria or something like that they could actually
In
go.
Austria,
An Austria one.
the Red
No.
Bull's strongest track, Lando Norris is getting pole.
What is the? No, it is Austria that Lando's been basically on the podium.
He's been on the podium. That's a
I
bit
know,
different
I
than
know,
pole.
but I think because that's a strong McLaren track as well. Like McLaren do
So-
relatively well.
No, was it,
No.
no, it wasn't Saudi Arabia. What? Qatar.
Qatar.
That's you're probably.
But then human rights, it's a bit iffy. So
Well, but then
Checo.
McLaren were
Checo.
good last year. So
Yeah.
like that's where Oscar got his stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so possibly that's where I'm seeing Lando getting his
Yeah.
pole. Charles and Carlos. I feel like Carlos will get a pole.
Fair enough. I've gone 4. I've gone
4.
4.
Four.
Max, I think Sergio, because the only way he's going to win is if he gets a pole. Oscar. Did I go for Sergio? Yeah, Oscar and Lewis. No, I didn't. I didn't go Perez. I went Charles.
It's on your bit
Yeah,
of
I know. I
paper.
shut the paper though.
I know why did you do that.
No, yeah, I went Max, Charles, Oscar, and Lewis.
So Perez was just a hoax that whole
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, that was
It's like-
a lie.
Because actually, I don't think he has won that pace. But actually, yeah.
I don't think there's no. I don't
Might
think he
do.
has it, but I think.
If Max
You
has an
should.
issue, you should.
Aye, exactly.
See, yeah, that's why I put
Excluding.
like
Fucking terms and conditions in this shit.
Hard Q that was like, who's going to carry the team, excluding Max.
Yeah, but that was like the obvious one, you know. Let's be real. Who's going to disappoint you?
You.
That's a bit. That's a bit. Ooh.
I
Nah,
said.
okay.
Oh, sorry. If you want to go first, you can go. I said there was kind of 2 for these. I said Carlos or Daniel because like I hype them up a lot, and they're not going to perform as well as what we think they're going to perform.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, especially like Daniel could be like a big. especially if like Yuki's doing well in that racing bull, and like
Might affect his confidence a bit. And
yeah. So
To be fair, from testing, he looked really strong in that racing bull.
absolutely.
So I don't know, but yeah, no fair.
Yeah, I put Carlos first because I think he's just maybe going to struggle a little bit with the whole getting dropped
yeah.
and maybe not perform as well as what we'd like to see.
I did a bold one and then I did a basic one.
Okay.
I'm going to start with my basic one because my bold one is quite bold.
Okay.
K-Mag,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Because he's come back into the sport and
It's just done nothing.
he's just basically taken a seat.
Yeah.
Rather than it being like a young driver that could take a seat and just gain experience, it's been a wanted race driver that still just feels like he's taking a seat.
Yes.
So that's K-Mag. My other one was George Russell.
Fair. After last season.
Okay.
Mag.
Stand. She's really struggling with Liam
No,
tonight.
I'm move. I'm.
Meh.
Give me a minute.
On you go.
So moving on. I picked Ocon.
That's fair enough.
I think he's going to be most at the back of the grid. I don't know why.
You've got a feeling.
Yeah.
It's the amount of DNFs they're going to have again this season.
I just think Ocon's going to just not be performing.
Fair enough.
And he's going to be...
Too busy thinking of that Mercedes seat.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
That's a
maybe
good point. I
his
forgot
head-
he was even in the running for that seat.
I don't know why.
What do we have next?
Shock of the season, baby.
I put Logan Sargent to legitimately end in a points position.
That shouldn't be a shock. This is his second season. He should be used to the car.
He was never in the top 10 legitimately.
Shut up. You might get somewhere.
He had to, what was it, Lewis Hamilton had to get disqualified and Charles Leclerc had to get disqualified.
Yeah.
Yep. Lol.
Sophie? Uh-oh.
This is going to be so stupid.
I like Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah, that was a good one.
Thanks.
Right, anyway, moving on again. Red Bull won't be on the podium for at least one race.
That is bold.
I know it's bold.
That's a shock. It would be a shock.
That's the fact. That's
It
the
would-
point. That's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be a shock.
I just think something's going to go wrong. Just mechanically, something's just going to like...
Crash into each other.
Maybe, yeah. Because Perez would be like, you're being a wank, and then Max is getting aggressive, and...
He's like, I want first.
Boom.
I want first. Bang.
I don't think they'll be that close.
I don't think so either, but you never know.
I don't think Checo's
Maybe
going to
at
have
the
the
start.
chance.
Turn one, yeah, start.
I'm
Turn
going
one.
to say turn one might be...
Nah,
Max
Checo
has the
stall.
driving line, and Checo's going to be like, well, I'm just going to stop myself here and wipe him out.
Might be towards the start of the season if Checo tries to take a stance.
Maybe,
'Cause
yeah.
you've got
You're
to
dropping
think,
me?
You've got to think this is his make or break season.
We said this last year.
I think it's already broken, but let's just
Well,
give him the
broke,
benefit.
but, you know,
I said the Racing Bulls, that Daniel and Yuki are going to be up there, and it's going to be like a big improvement from last year's car, and like Daniel's either going to do really well or really bad. So like on that side, Daniel and Yuki are going to do really well, and that'll be
Yeah.
a shock.
do you think Danny's going to get a podium?
Chewy.
I think if the conditions are right, so like say it's like that Monza chaos with Pierre winning and things like that sort of situation.
Yeah.
If you get that again, like you say, the Red Bulls take each other out. He was, in that AlphaTauri, he qualified P5 in Mexico.
Yeah.
So if they've got the car, I absolutely think he could at least be up there
Good.
in the chance of a running.
I'm here for that.
Your Latifi of the year.
There's only one answer, kind of, but there's actually two.
At 1.5, yeah.
Yeah, 1.5. I put Logan Sargent because I said Lance is going to be better than last year.
Yeah.
And that's
Oh,
why.
shit,
Wow.
that means 2.5 then.
Oh my god.
Shit. Yeah, no, I said Lance is going to be better than last year, so he's not going to be Latifi of the year this year, but Logan Sargent will be.
I put Sargent number 1,
Okay.
Okay.
and then my 0.5 was Yuki Tsunoda.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Because he's very irrational sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay, bold. That's bold.
That was my 0.5. Like, it's very minor that it's going to happen. But, like, he likes to get angry sometimes in a car.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
sometimes I think lacks a concentration. So then we'll shuffle him down one to keep the 0.5, and the second one will be Lance.
No, now it will be.
Yeah. Well, see, that's when you said Lance. I was like, fuck. There's
Forgot
a 2.
about him.
There's a 2.5.
Yeah. So obviously Logan's like the answer everyone should be
gonna go
really
for.
going to be saying. It's quite the
Go
basic
bold.
answer. I think I have. And now I put this with a
George
question
Russell.
mark. Oh my god, would you fucking stop that?
Was it actually?
Yeah. I put a question mark against his name though, because I'm like, it could happen, it might not be happening. I just think he's got the ability to be irrational.
You've gone bold these last few ones.
I know, and I don't know what the fuck's in the tea, right? But it's hitting me. So,
What was she drank last night?
yeah, I think he's got the capability of just like crashing the car and being irrational, and then allowing the pressure to build on him and not handle it correctly and things like that. So I just think there's a possibility that he could be
Fair enough.
on a sugary peg this season.
I'll further that into the hot takes, but that
Thank you.
sort of beds in.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. Well, hot takes. On you go, Liam. Take us away.
Take us away, honey.
You want to do all three? Go for it.
So, to lead on from Sophie's point then, I said the George Lewis relationship to boil over.
Fair enough.
I think Lewis is leaving. Lewis will want to go out with a bang.
Literally.
Right. But I think
Bang, George, get out my way.
I think George might be a bit preemptive to take the reins. I think he'll want to take the reins whilst Lewis is still there.
Yes.
A little bit and be like,
It's my team now.
it's my team now, you're going. Like,
Yeah.
you're just going to be here this season.
Yeah.
So I think we might, not to the same extent as the Nico Lewis situation, because they were at the front, like winning. But I think we're
And
going
I think also, like, I feel like Lewis has moved on slightly from that. Maybe not all the way, but like, I don't think he would act the exact same way as what he had.
I think this is going to come from more of the George camp than the Lewis camp as such. But I don't think Lewis is going to roll over as easy and just be like, yeah, my teammates can beat me. Because I think, as much as Lewis doesn't like getting beat, I don't think he likes getting beat by his teammate even more.
No, absolutely not, because it's equal machinery.
Yeah, so I think we're going to see an interesting dynamic with them two.
Yeah.
I said Max to win every race.
Yeah.
That's bold.
Just sprint and normal race. I think Max wins everything this season.
Jesus. Okay, that's really...
Yeah, that's
like burning my hand.
a lot to deal with.
And then I've already kind of said it, but I said Oscar to finish higher than Lando and outperform Lando.
Fair enough. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Sophie's raging on that one.
No, it's not like it can't happen, I just don't think it will.
Oscar's a talent.
Oscar is talented.
You've been told.
Nobody's taken that away from him.
You seem to be.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking his talent away
But
from
she's taking your prediction away from you.
So you're unbacking Oscar, so you don't think he's talented
No.
as much as Lando.
Don't be a reporter and try and test my worst here.
I'm kind of here for what you're saying. Like I put Lando ahead of Oscar, like because we spoke about the race pace. Yeah. But like, I'd bloody love to see Oscar up there.
That's not a hot take to say Lando finishes above.
No, it's not a hot take.
That, but
on you go, Sophie.
Right.
Hitting back.
Right. Okay. This is like.
Not getting ridiculed.
No. So I put Perez to lose his seat after summer break.
Okay, that's bold.
It is bold. I think it could possibly happen if
you should give just said this season. But
yes, maybe at the end of the season, maybe. But I don't think they'll be as kind to him this season if he goes down the same route of how he performed last season.
Do you mean like he'll like be out the Red Bull seat at mid-season?
I think,
or he'll just lose.
They'll go summer break. He'll maybe do like 2 races and they'll be like, you know what, this isn't it.
Right, so they'll swap him out. So you'll not finish the season in Red Bull.
No, I don't think. Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yeah. I don't think they're going to be like yeet and do like a Nick DeVries or anything like that.
Okay, right, okay.
I think they'll maybe swap
they'll
him.
Just sack him.
Yeah, I think they'll swap drivers maybe, or...
Okay, so you won't be out of the sport completely, but you'll swap with like Danny Rick or that.
Aye, possibly.
Right. Okay, yeah, I'm here for it.
So I put Racing Bulls to be top of midfield, just because if the car is meant to be as good as what we're expecting, or from bits and bobs that we've been hearing,
so it's like
be.
5th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's quite solid. And then I don't really have a third one because I panicked.
Think.
I
Something
panicked. I don't know, maybe like something daft like Lance finishes in the points for the first 5 races or something like that. Do you know? No, it's not going to happen. beat the
It
weight
should
bill.
happen.
It
It should happen.
It should happen, but that's Lance Stroll. That's not.
He's
Right,
actually got
so-
2 wrists this time.
Yeah,
So
true.
To be fair, yeah, and he might come out the track running like
Yeah.
a track star, you know.
So Lance to finish in the points the first 5 races.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's
5
go for it.
consistent point finishes.
Okay. Amazing. I've gone that we will have at least 3 drivers out of a seat, but more likely 4 at the end of the year.
Oh, right, okay.
yeah.
So 3 drivers will not be getting their contract renewed.
Right, okay, sorry, I thought you meant like Stacks teams are just going, you're finished, you're finished, you're
like,
finished.
for 2025, like
Yeah.
their contracts are coming up and they're not going to get renewed.
So you think there's going to be a
By
big
the
shake up to
team
the
or
grid?
by anyone in F1?
By the team.
Well, but the team that they're with won't renew their contract and they'll not get picked up by anybody else. So they'll be out F1.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking.
Me and Liam both are like, what? Yeah, so like at least 3 drivers, but most likely 4, I think it's going to be. Sergio Perez will struggle to finish P2 in a competitive car, and I reckon that with that it'll be 4 to 5 drivers are all competing for P2. So if you go off of that, it'll be like Sergio, Charles, Lando, Lewis, and Oscar kind of thing.
Yeah.
All be competitive for P2.
Oscar wins that.
And then my third one is that there'll be something big happen between the 2 Alpine drivers, so there'll be going to be like a big fallout, a big crash,
Yeah.
something happens, and that only 1 driver, if any, will re-sign with them for next year.
Nice.
That's my hot takes for the season. I feel like they're like hot, but they're quite possible. Unlike Seb returning for his 300 Grand Prix.
Just hold on.
Still possible.
It's still possible.
Never say never.
Okay, JB, calm down.
Whoa. Okay, I feel like Liam's has gone the boldest
Yeah.
by far.
Yeah.
I've gone,
That's the
I
point
don't
of
want
hot
to lose
takes.
this competition again and be here this time next year and go, fucking hell, I've got 0 points.
I see, I think I've gone solid everywhere else so that I could go
You
hot
could
there.
hot here. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Right, we're doing a grid walk.
Yeah, let's
For
do it.
2025.
Oh, fuck.
Let's talk us through.
Right.
Right, okay, lads.
Who did we think when we did a TikTok on this basically?
We did.
We didn't know. Who did we think was the closest when stood up? Where did you go, okay? Because I reckon it's probably Liam.
Yeah.
These, I think I looked at some of mine and went, nah, I can't see it happening.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that I've looked at mine again, I
Yeah.
don't know.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
I
We
think,
could do
I
it by
think,
team.
do we not just pick a team and then
Okay, yeah, go.
Yeah.
go that way? So like
Okay.
line by line.
Let's do Red Bull then, because
Yeah.
they're first, obviously. I've said Max and Daniel, probably.
I've said Max and Carlos.
I said Max and Daniel.
Oh, you changed your mind!
changed!
Whoa!
That's what I mean. That's what I
Welcome.
mean. So I looked at some of them and I went, I don't think for Carlos's perspective that it works for him
Yeah.
to do a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
It would work for Red Bull for him to do a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
But is Carlos really going to sign to just be like, yeah, I'll sign for a year and then drop down the grid again? I can't see it happening.
Yeah. But I think it's like a lot of us are convinced that he's going to Audi.
His dad has like
I
a big
know.
stake in Audi or something like that, or a big share
Aye,
of it.
I know, but my
And
dad.
we saw him talking to his dad talking to Helmut Marko and that the other day.
He was just saying
know.
bye, Christian Horner. That's a.
You just
Yeah.
never know.
No, yeah, I think
Like,
it's...
because some athletes' dads own like teams and stuff like that, and they don't play with them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, I get that. I just
Like
think
Beckham's son plays for Brodie Brentford.
on loan from Inter Miami,
Or was it on loan? Oh, I thought he signed from there.
or played for Inter Miami and then went to.
Went to Brentford.
Yeah.
But he's still at Brentford.
Yeah,
He's still
I
going
know
to
you.
do it.
I get what you mean.
Yeah.
If Mercedes.
So, mine here is a bit like... I've said George's obviously.
Yeah.
And I genuinely think if Kimi Antonelli performs like outstanding in F2 this year, Kimi Antonelli, they'll go bold and they'll put him in the Mercedes seat. Why the fuck not? You know, Max Verstappen, it worked.
Yeah.
If that kid can jump from F4 to F2, he can jump from F2 to a Mercedes seat.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
You know, like
Max didn't go straight into the Red Bull. He went into the AlphaTauri to
for
start
half
the
a season though,
the
but
Toro
he could have
Rosso.
gone straight into the Red Bull. Like, let's
Yeah.
be real, he could have gone straight into the Red Bull.
Yeah, he could
Yeah.
have.
But I still said Fernando Alonso, and especially looking at Aston Martin, I don't necessarily think they're going to be like up front runners. I think if like we looked at Aston Martin in testing and gone, holy shit, they're still really good, he would have stuck by it. But my first choice down is Fernando, but I still think Kimi Antonelli's a shout.
Yeah, I would agree with that. If he does do really, really well, I would see him in the Merc seat. If not, it would be Alonso.
Yeah.
But then if Kimi went to Williams, it would then open up the
Right,
seat.
whoa,
at
you're
Williams.
going further in the grid
Yeah.
here. You're going further
I
down the
know,
grid
I know,
here.
but then that.
Yeah,
I
it's
need to-
yeah. It's it gets really confusing.
Yeah.
The further down we go.
I know, because I would put in another F2 driver.
Yeah.
If he went up to.
Yeah, we'll do that when we get down to Williams. We'll do that.
Yeah.
Liam, who are you saying?
George and Alonso.
Yeah, you're still solid. on
I've
that.
gone George and Alonso. Mercedes are going to turn their heads to George to be like, right, you've been here for a couple of seasons. We're going to not build around you, but you're going to be the main guy. George and Alonso are good friends.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Alonso also brings a lot of experience to Mercedes. You mean?
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I don't see beyond that
And
point.
that's maybe what they need.
yeah, definitely.
Change of perspective.
Ferrari?
Well,
Oh.
that's
Oh shit, yeah.
that's locked in.
It's set in
So,
stone.
So is McLaren.
Yeah,
Charles
so-
and Lewis, Lando and Oscar.
so your
Yeah.
next one I've got here is Aston.
Okay.
Yep. So I went Yuki and Lance.
Same. I went Yuki and Lance just based on the Honda connection.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where, like, obviously, if Kimi Antonelli was to go into Mercedes, Fernando Alonso either sticks at Aston or retires. I've said Yuki because I agree with the whole Honda thing that you guys were saying. Makes sense. And then obviously, but when I did the stand-up one, I said Pierre potentially because if he's not got a seat at Alpine,
Yeah.
then it's one of the easier options for him to go
I
to.
think if that seat becomes available and Aston Martin have free reign to pick who they want, Pierre is the better shout. But I
Absolutely.
think if they've got the pressure from Honda coming down their necks going, look, Japanese branding, we need
A Japanese driver.
a Japanese driver, then they'll go Yuki. That's just my thinking.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, it was a really good shout. Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite solid. And then
Alpine?
I've gone Esteban
Yeah.
Yeah.
and Jack Doohan.
Okay. Right, okay, so I've got Ocon and Gasly just based on the video. But then if Gasly doesn't stay there, I think it would be doing as well.
But then
But I'm not sure where Gasly will
I've
go.
also put a slash and put Veste.
No.
I've said, okay, Pierre, if he stays, Victor Martins. If he doesn't, because Victor Martins, it's make or break this season. So if he wins the championship, why wouldn't you put him in?
Yeah.
That's fair. Again, I asked about who were the up and coming ones, and Jack Doohan stood out to me, and then Veste I know is somebody that
But he's
could potentially be in a seat.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But he's
And-
also a Mercedes driver as well.
So is Esteban Ocon.
I know, but I see
Managed by Total Wolf, no longer Mercedes.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's why I don't see Vesti at Alpine. Unless they work at a deal or something like that.
I put Veste in at two different seats because I kept.
Yeah.
Do you not think Aston Martin might pick up Drugovich
Possibly.
and
but
put him in if Fernando Alonso was to leave?
You'd think he'd be the easy slot in because he's within the team.
Just not got experience, I think.
He's not.
Yeah.
He's not, and I think that's
He
where
doesn't
Yuki.
give me the, you're incredible.
And that's where I think
honestly-
Yuki edges him, as well as having all the finance from Honda in
Yeah,
Japan.
fair enough.
Yeah.
It's just a sudden thought I had
No,
there.
yeah, I get that.
So we're all kind of in agreement. It's either going to be Este and then it's going to be Pierre or one of their junior drivers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Haas. Don't know why we got Haas down next. But I do. Who wants to go first?
I had Joe and Nico in the video. But
Yeah, we slated you for that, by the way.
I know I don't blame
Oh,
it. Then now
that was bloody
I've
funny.
went back and I was like, I don't think Joe's gonna be in the sport if he doesn't do something amazing this season
Yeah.
or be consistent this season or
Yeah.
consistently good, I should say, this season.
Yeah, I think teams will look past the money aspect with Joe. And
Yeah.
Just go,
It's at that point now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Yuki
So-
Tsunoda's doing something more. Like, he's the other one that's in there. And Sergio Perez is the same. Like, it's past the point of money with Sergio Perez.
Yeah, they need results and they need...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm thinking Haas maybe could bring up a Premier driver or something like that. Someone from F2. Possibly Ollie if he doesn't go to Sauber. I think, I don't know. I'll go Ollie and Nico the now.
Yeah.
I think that's, I'll stick with that the now.
Yeah, that's why I went Ollie Behrman and Nico Hulkenberg.
Liam's really taking a note off of my book right now. So I went Ollie and Nico, and I said in the thing, there's no, they have him as Haas's test driver and Ferrari's test driver, and he's doing 6 FP1 sessions. I feel like that's them getting ready, like preparing him to get in next year and make sure they're happy with him.
Well, I couldn't exactly say Ollie and K-Mag and then have K-Mag as my most disappointing
my
driver.
God, yeah. Fair enough. Sauber?
I've gone Valtteri and Carlos.
Yeah.
I've only got one driver for here. I've got Bottas because I have no idea who could be in the second seat. I've just drawn a blank for someone that could actually slot in.
Yeah.
But because obviously they've got like Ferrari tyres and stuff like that, and they could bring up someone from F2 that drives with Prema.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, you could put Ollie in there, or
that's what I mean. I don't know if Ollie could be in Sauber or Haas, which makes that bringing in another driver in my head quite difficult to slot in.
To be fair, then my thinking of that then would just be Joe stays.
Yeah.
Just because that's his seat.
Absolutely, yeah.
But
could be. I think they want to change him up, do something a bit different, get someone else in that
Get
could
someone
maybe
prepared.
Yeah, that could be
Mick
in the
Schumacher.
seat for. Yeah.
Mick the prick.
Oh, that's a bit much. You know what? I'll put Mick in the Sauber seat.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice. Williams.
Alex and Kimi. If Kimi doesn't get into the Mercedes seat, if he does get into the Mercedes seat, I'd go Vesti.
Yeah, that's a solid shout.
Yeah, 100%.
I've gone Alex, Kimi, and then in brackets Vesti as well, just in case Kimi doesn't perform in F2.
Yeah.
As much as what the hype
expected.
is, that they keep him in that series again.
Yeah, like do a Lewis.
Yeah.
I said Alex and then Kimi, but then this is the point where I was just chucking Pierre Gasly any fucking where. And I just chucked Pierre down because I actually don't know. Vesti's a shout, but I'm not convinced he would get into F1. Is my honest opinion. It's such a high level sport, and I think it would be pretty tough for him to get in at the moment. But Vesti's a good shout. I don't know. But if it's not, then maybe Logan Sargent's staying, but I imagine he's out.
I quite also think that was a weird way of saying that. I also think that with the direction that Williams are taking under James Vowes, will they become a feeder team, like a young team into the sport?
Yeah.
Bring a young driver in for another team.
Yeah.
I think Williams might actually start to look at them and go, well, no, we need drivers for us. You mean like
they do have their own? Do they have their own?
They've got their own drivers academy.
Yeah.
Don't know who drives for them.
Was it
someone signed for them
Nasi?
recently?
Was it not Nasi that used to drive for them?
Nissani.
That
is not a good win to have.
I know, but like that's
to have Nissani driving for you.
Is he going to be in F2 next season?
No, he's out.
Thank God.
God, he's been there for like 10 years.
I know. I think he's our age, by the way.
Is he?
I've got a feeling he's our age.
He was just like playing, bumper cars the whole time.
Oh, he was terrible.
And that leaves us with
Racing Bulls.
The Racing Bulls.
So like, the obvious one is if Daniel goes to Red Bull, because what I put is like Yuki and Lawson.
All right, okay.
If, say, like, again, this is my Pierre movement. I reckon Pierre, there's a chance if Yuki goes that Pierre could take that seat if he's out of the Alpine. I didn't, because I did this before you did, okay? So I said Pierre could go back, especially if Racing Bulls is looking a bit stronger.
Yeah.
Again, Pierre's in every single fucking seat at this point.
You've got Pierre in the Mercedes, the Aston Martin, the Ferrari.
Now you got it.
No, I've gone the same. I've gone Lawson and Gasly. But I've gone like Gasly as like the solid shout rather than a whitewashed version.
I went Daniel and Liam, but possibly if he's alright with where Carlos is going and stuff like that, and Daniel, the strong shout would be Gasly, I think. And then Doohan would slot into Alpine. So yeah. So
makes sense.
Everything works. in a way.
I just think the lure of being back in the Red Bull pool, Gaz has been away from the Red Bull pool and it hasn't quite
Work.
Yeah.
blown his career in the way that maybe he
And it's
would
been
have.
frustrating as well.
Yeah.
Like,
So
I think him and Ocon, like...
Because he's got the ability to drive and
That's
do
it.
well.
That's it. Like he when he came onto the scene in the
God.
Toro Rosso.
Yeah, I remember
Yeah.
when he was...
He qualified P4 at Bahrain or something like that?
I can't remember, but I remember when he went up to Red Bull and I said to my dad, oh, he's really going to take it to Max Verstappen. Did fuck all, and I was like, great.
Yeah.
Win's a win.
I remember going to Barcelona because that was the season I went to Barcelona when he was
in Red Bull.
in the Red Bull, and I was like, can't wait, Max and Pierre, blah blah, and I was really liking it. I was
Yeah.
giving him, and then Max got on the podium and Pierre finished like 6th, and you'd see the two Ferraris come past, and you're like, where's Pierre? And then he'd come shooting past you like, there's Pierre.
There he is.
There he is.
There he is.
Max is the way to come back round again. Like,
I think that's really interesting because I think we've all taken bits from like where we did our predictions because we're like, oh shit, actually that was a better idea. That was a better idea. That makes more sense, kind of thing. Like, you know, the Yuki to Aston, I never thought about that, but that actually makes so much more sense.
Yeah.
But on my like prediction for the people out the seat, my hot takes, that meant that I had to go through this. So I had to do this to work out the number of people I thought was out of seat.
Yeah.
Sergio Perez,
Yeah.
he could still be in a seat if his sponsors keep him in.
Yeah.
To a lower team though. K-Mag, Show and Sargent.
Yeah.
That's where I reckon they're out. So that's my 3 or 4 that I thought
Yeah.
was going to be out of the seat.
I don't know. I could see Checo being like a
Silver.
no. I could see him being like
There you go.
There we go. There's
go.
one missing driver.
Do you know what I mean?
Imagine that
Was
comes
he
true
not
now.
a Sauber like really early on in his career?
He was McLaren initially.
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't. No, he went to Racing Point, I thought. Or Force India.
Force India.
And then stayed there, Racing Point, then Red Bull.
No, okay.
Maybe he did go to Sauber in that meantime, but I only remember Force India and yeah.
I thought he started his career at.
That was McLaren.
No, I started
okay,
McLaren.
Because he did not turn up and like, oh, I'm thinking of K-Mag actually, turned up and did like the first race and he got 3rd and they're all like, it's the next Lewis Hamilton, and then obviously
Haas.
didn't. Yeah, kind of crashed and burned with that one. But
No,
nice.
that's
That
it.
was solid, guys. I actually think we're in the shout and you get a point for every thing you've gotten right, even drivers in places. So you better start praying
Maybe.
to the gods above that we can actually get some points. The only thing I think we know for certain is we've all got 2 points. Max in first and Red Bull in first.
Yeah, exactly.
Well done, guys.
So we're
Smashed
starting
it.
off strong.
Equal playing field. I like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Going for it, lads.
May the best one win. Is there a prize for the winner?